everybody and welcome on my YouTube channel. You are with Alendris, and like you can see, I'm on the live server today to introduce for you the second episode of Boss War against Sky Guardian. I promised for you last week that I will be with Dube, and we are online with Dube, and we will comment. He will comment mainly these teams because it's his teams, so he will be better to do it than me. First of all, I will show you the setup that we will use for this test. So, don't show it deeply for the moment, so you have time to see every team. And after that, we will comment how to use this team during a fight. Okay, let's begin the fight. So the fight is beginning. It's your voice, Dube.
All right. Yeah. So this team is basically based around giving attack power bonuses for mainly the Ancient Protector and all of his Plant City spawns. So point is to have him ult, and with all of, with Werewolf and Corrupted Angels attack power bonuses on all those plants, he gets a lot more damage. And also the reason.
So another time, all depend of the qualification of your heroes, for sure. If you have better training, better qualification of gear, you will have a better result. But like Dube told, the team depend of the strategy of the setup that he is using, and the buff of Corrupted Angel is really good for the rest of the team, and the buff also of Leaf Shadow. I forget her name. You can see.
And so usually, for the reason that Murloc and Werewolf are together like that is so that they hopefully swap being the target of the boss, because they both land on top of the boss with their ults,
Yes. So, the first fight is finished. We can watch the statistic. You can see that finally it's Ancient Protector who dealt most of damage of this team, and we will go for the next fight. Second team.
And this team is I don't know how long that's damn, I can't even think of his name right now. Spiky Dude.
you have
the reason this tank setup is like that because the boss switches her target. She doesn't always target Dwarf Warrior, and she doesn't always she targets the bristleback guy with her Hawk, but she'll shoot Dwarf Warrior with her normal shots.
Yes, and we have Devgor in front who is able to hold the ultimate when he is turning, and it's a really good point.
And do not use Enchantress ult.
Yes, you have also the he's finally dead. Hop. Ui. Oh, we'll do more than 500 for sure.
Yeah, you can. Usually I can pull off 600, 700 with this team.
600 I don't think. 700 I don't think. 600 I think we can do it. Yes, it will be soon. Yes, it's good. 600, even more. 625 I think.
Looks about right.
Let's see. 620. And repartition of damage, you can see Venom Master and I forget the name of this hero. You can help me for the hero of this machine.
Mechanical Destroyer?
Yes. So, next one. Don't forget every time to remove the auto fight.
Yeah. This team, you want to be using the farthest back girl, you want to be using her ult to take the Sky Guardian mark so that your Hercules doesn't take it. So use it. So now she'll take the mark.
Yes, and
so now,
if you are lucky with the timing, you can also don't get the damage, because don't forget that when you have the skill of Hercule when he's turning, he is not receiving physical damage.
Yeah, normally that's not going to happen though, unless she gets frozen or stunned or whatever. So you don't always count on it, but...
Yes, and the difference in this team, I have the skin of Ice Mage, and it's helping a lot.
Oh, that's why, yeah. See, I don't have that, so...
Because you see the control that it gives you, it's just crazy.
Yeah, I hope to pull 700,000 on this team, but for you, it's no problem.
Yes, I'm already over 700. Aye. Up, ice. Yes, it's really amazing. I like this hero so much when she has the skin. 772. And you can see main damage for Wind Priest for sure, but Hercule and Ice Mage did a good job, and even Amber Star with only Orange 2 is able to deal 113,000 damage. Next fight. Oh, this team.
Yeah. This team is really timing based, so I can't really even walk you through it because it took me a long time to work it out, but
I will see what I'm able to do with the mouse.
Yeah, there it goes.
I was not finding my mouse.
Yeah, but this team can also do 700 to 800,000.
Oh, I don't think that I will do this.
It's all, see, now every time she gets pushed back, the target's gonna her target's gonna change. So Chaplain, I believe, is gonna be the main target.
Yes,
right now.
yes, I hope. I hope, because Chaplain is able to receive.
Kind of you want to have Witch to be the main target because of her ult.
Of damage.
So, like at this point, Chaplain is in front, but you want her to die at this point so that Witch will be the main target again.
Yes. This time the Witch was the main target. You see the damage that she received?
Yeah.
But now not.
Yeah, it's because she'll get hit with the triple shot that Sky Guardian does.
Okay, we will do 600. It's not that bad. We was able, yes, with a little more luck and with a pilot who don't die with doing 0 damage, I think we can do 700, 800.
Yeah, I want to do 700, 800. Pilot's only there as...
So explain me this team!
This is just one of my... another one of my... a bunch of crappy teams, so... I just hope for 300, 400,000 with this team.
Wow.
See, if I had all my heroes fully geared out or whatever, these teams would look a lot different, but with the way it is, of course, there's going to be certain teams...
Already 200 damage already.
Yeah. No, I mean... It'll do what it can do.
We will reach 300. I believe that we'll reach 300. Not more, but...
Yeah, maybe 400 even. It's all from Puppet Master at this point, and he'll be able to survive enough to get some shots in even while...
I'm not sure, really. Oh, yeah. Perhaps.
She had just done her ult, so he should be okay for a few seconds long.
She dodged again. We are not lucky. Now it's finished.
Yeah, it's because of her hawk that it causes the blind.
Oh. No. Nearly 400. Nearly. Not so bad with this team. 200 damage was missing. And if we are checking,
That's
okay, only
good.
Puppet Master did something interesting. Next one. This one is also one amazing team.
Another one. That's another one that you hope for 300, 400.
I don't know if we need some comment for this team.
No, there's not much to say. They all walk in and do what they can, and it's over.
If this team do 200 damage, I will be happy.
Yeah, see, my dungeon keeper is R2, so he's able to do a little bit more damage.
Yes, perhaps.
But your lightning elemental is R2, and mine's only like big red.
Yes.
So I don't know how much he can actually do.
200 by one miracle, it will be possible. If I can have the ultimate, yes! I'm really impressed. We will perhaps reach 300, huh? No.
Yeah?
Perhaps we will reach 300,000 damage. Perhaps. Look! More than 300!
That'll do.
Ah, pity. I could add 10,000 with this movement. 306, and okay, nothing impressive there. Next one. This one is already better, I think.
Oh, this one's not bad.
I think I can understand the synergy of this team. You have a fairy forest behind who will, I hope, put a heal on the hero, and it will be damage plus heal for all the team.
This team, you can basically, this one can just be on auto fight mostly, actually. You just wanna be using all their ults as they come, basically. And
yes,
of course, Force Fairy, you make sure her ult lands on the group, not herself.
Yes. And you see the taunt of Turtle Fighter was landing, and it's a really good point for me, because if the taunt is missing, it's really bad.
That adds a lot more damage because of the fact that she does a lot of damage to herself on Turtle Fighter Reflect.
Oh. Ah no, now it's bad.
Yeah, he died. Oh well.
Stun missed. Ay. Yes, but 800. With little more luck, we can do 1 million, I think.
Yeah, that one could, depending on your training and gear, that one could do 900 to 1 million probably.
So this team.
This team's kind of technical with how it's supposed to work because Deathbringer is going to take he's going to take most of the hits at the beginning, but the point is he's supposed to survive long enough so that he can push the boss back, and then at some point it switches who's in front, and Cleric will be the one in front instead of him. But yeah, this team, I don't know how your Cleric is on training, but mine doesn't have much, so he can't really survive too long.
Yes.
But 100, 600
my Deathbringer is just horrible. Huh? I will tell you the truth. My Deathbringer is orange 2 and he has absolutely zero training.
Yeah, mine doesn't have any training either, but he's red 2 and he's able to survive long enough to get a couple pushes in.
Aye. And the problem is if your skill are landing, you can do a lot, but you see all my skill was missing this time.
Yeah.
So 400, yes, my front line was horrible. I think you can reach better if you have Deathbringer in better conditions than Orange 2.
Yeah, mine, I usually shoot for 600,000 on that team. And then this team, same idea with the switching, the tank switch, like the people in front. The whole thing with this boss is that she puts marks on heroes, and that increases their damage
Yes.
by a lot. So a lot of the teams will have 2 tanks or 2 tank type heroes because they and the way I have them set up is so that they'll switch who's the main target.
Yes, we
So
saw
one
it
will
there.
get the mark,
We saw
one
it
will
there.
get
The mark land on Amber Blade and the damage go after. So finally, it was a really good point because they both survived.
And then hopefully you can get 2, possibly 3 ults out of Commander, depending on dodges and
Yes.
stuff like that.
You see that finally I will reach 500, I think. Yes, easily 500. Perhaps 7 more. No, more it will be hard. Because now I will have some problem.
And then you just want to be using Tarot Prophet's ults to try to keep a target in front of him.
Okay. Launch your card, Tarot Prophet. Yes, 600! 600, we did
There
it.
you go. Yeah, that's all I hope for on mine too.
360 for Tarot Prophet, 100 for
That's the reason
Commander.
that Phoenix is in there. That's the reason the Phoenix is in there, just to keep a target in front of Tarot Prophet as long as possible.
Yes. The swap at the beginning of the fight was not bad. After this, it was a little difficult. This team.
This team was a lot more interesting, but they just did a fix on it. Before, Magic Breaker's ult used to make Musketeer's mines actually move towards the boss. They would start crawling towards the boss after they got affected by Magic Breaker's ult, but they actually fixed it now, so that won't happen anymore. But still, they become targets after Magic Breaker ult. You see all the buffs on top of the Magic Breaker ult adds? It puts them on top of the mines and also the Lycan's snakes.
Oh.
So it makes them targets. They're meat shields, basically.
Yeah, she was getting a crazy burst.
Oh. See, and normally, before, those mines that are in the back, they would have already crawled up to the boss and hit her, but not anymore. It's too bad. That was the whole reason that was what that whole team was based around. So I might have to rework that one.
And the problem now is that the front line is really squishy because the front line you have Desert Lycan with tanking nothing, and for sure you can be lucky with how the plant of I forget of Eevee. What's the name of this hero? Second hero.
Yeah. I can't even think of it right now either, shit.
Yes, I forget her name, but she's casting some plants who are getting damage instead of arrows, and it's not bad at all.
Yeah, but I didn't even notice if yours got the ult in that, but he can actually get 2 ults off depending on how it works out.
So, we pushed her in the close combat, close fight.
That's okay too for this team. Before that wasn't a good thing, but now it should be okay. But yeah, see, she gets pushed back, but then the clone comes up. So now her target will be either the clone or Death Knight.
Yes, I will try to cancel
And
her
then
ultimate.
by the time Rabbit's ult is over, she'll be right around where Death Knight is again.
And I have cancelled the ultimate. The first one. So it's not a bad point. I think I can cancel the second one if I have good timing. I will wait the end of the taunt. Yes, you see? I cancel the second ultimate.
And then you'll be fine for the rest of the fight after that.
Aye, no, it will be hard. But
oh, no.
Yes, she's dead. But 750 nearly.
So that's still fine. That's around what I look for, 700,000. I don't think I've ever gotten 800,000 with that one yet, but my death mage isn't trained either, so.
My death mage is full. Full as you can have now.
You could probably pull off 800 with that team, but for mine I've never made it there yet. this team is also, I like this one. This one's good. The Exile debuff to increase all their damage, and then also the Witch Doctor adds another debuff that increases magic power. So this one's also like you can get somewhere between 700 to 900,000. And with the new cheat, oh wow, ouch!
I'm not lucky.
By that. You didn't even get to ult with him, did you? The Dragon Lord.
Not lucky at all.
Yeah, usually you should be able to get a couple ults off with Dragon Lord and you stay alive, but
yes.
damn, that's a horrible run.
Nothing crazy, it's good, it's a one try, so when you are testing this composition, for sure, if you have this situation to appear, you can cancel the application and launch it again to try your luck, because I was not lucky definitively on this try.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, that team is definitely capable of a lot more.
Next one.
Now, this team is just hoping to get a lot of dodges out of Depth's voice, but otherwise, all the damage is going to be coming out of Trigger. And Bounty Hunter is adding haste or attack speed bonus for everybody with her ult. And then also Lunar Guardian is used for disrupting her Hawk. A lot of people don't notice, but Lunar Guardian's ult and also her skill that brings down the moonlight or whatever, those have a chance to disrupt.
Yes, I know about it. And the problem is against Sky Guardian with high level, it's not working at 100% for sure, but at least it can work sometimes.
Yeah, and that's all you can do is hope.
So much miss. This one was the first one who was working, but we did a good result already. So more than 700.
Yeah, that's good. That looks good. Usually I can barely get to 700 on this team.
So nearly
probably due to the Bounty Hunter.
760, 770 I think, so it's not bad. Yes, 770. With a lot of damage from Trigger for sure. And even Bounty Queen on 180, it's not bad.
Yeah, see, that's what I don't get on my teams, because my Bounty Queen is only
yes, it's orange too.
Yeah, that's the problem. So mine is completely Trigger damage, and that's it. Now this team, usually I try to ult with the Nymph of Sea before I use CK ult. So I try to save it because usually he could survive with his own buffs.
I'm not sure he's already half-life, so I'm little afraid.
That's fine. Yeah, I know. I know. Yeah, but once you get a little accustomed to it, you see that he's usually fine until after the Nymph of Sea ult. And then you can just chain ults to keep him alive.
Okay. But I hope he will have time to ultimate second time. I think yes.
Yeah.
Oh, it was in the way to click, but he's too fast.
It'll be alright. And then also my Queen of Wrath is full train too, so...
Yes, my Queen of Wrath is full train also.
Yeah, oh, okay.
I like her.
Usually take some hits at the end too.
So 651 with no, it was my mistake, I was not enough fast. You can do really little more, 100 more, 150 more on this fight. If I'm not losing my Cross Knight. Yeah. So on this team, a lot of control with Time Traveler.
Yeah, and then when I first made this team, I had different tanks in the front. And the reason I ended up changing is because of the fact that what? Oh my God, the vampire guy. He moves right up in front of the boss. So
yes, he's swapping the aggro.
Yeah, the reason I made the change is so that Boxer can push her to the back, and then at that point, he's not gonna take too many hits until the end.
Yes, yes, I guess you are playing by swapping the aggro of the tank.
Right. Yeah.
I could do it better. I just understood in the same time that I was doing wrong.
Yeah. And then at the end, oh man.
Okay.
When everything works right, you can get one last time traveler CC at the last 2 seconds or so. But I don't know if it's gonna make it on yours here. Maybe.
If he can do his spell, no, he will not do. Oh yes, he will do. He will do. He will do.
There you go. Yeah. So that was as good as you're gonna get usually, unless somebody else can stay alive a little longer. But so that's around what I use.
Nearly 800, and you can see damage even from a commando 154. So a lot of people are underestimate her, but she give a boost, and she's not so bad. So we are back after this little technical problem, and let's continue. So this team, we are back for the best.
Yeah. This is another one of the teams that just put together to try to get a little damage out of somebody. But for me, my professional killer is R2, and has a little bit of training, so he actually does a decent amount of damage as long as he's got some meat shields in front of him. And my team can usually pull off 300 to 400,000 just from professional killer.
My professional killer has actually 0 training, and he's orange too. So I'm not expecting something more than 250,000 damage.
Yeah, see where mine's at, he each of his shots are critting for like 16, 17,000. So he actually ends up putting in a decent amount.
Oh, it's over.
Shit, I'm actually surprised you even got that much with your O2.
Go, professional killer, go! You can do it, yes, yes.
That's another thing with him at R2. He can actually sit there and keep healing a little bit.
No, finally, he did all what he could. 135. Okay, next fight.
Yeah, same thing with this team. It's nothing amazing. All the damage is coming out of Hidden Needle. The only reason there's a couple... shit. Yeah, yes. That's always going to be a problem. But the main thing is trying to get Hidden Needle to have an ult before Master Mage dies, so that she'll be able to gain more energy to do her next ult.
Yes, to make ultimate two times Hidden Needle.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's not good seeing this. Yes. Yes, I was sure that it will be bad. When I see the beginning...
Master Mage was still the first one to die. That works out. And then... Yeah,
he checks the
damage there.
Yes, it's not so bad that he turns the aggro.
You should hopefully still be able to get another Hidden Needle ult.
Oh no, 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 no. Oh!
There it is. Yeah, so this team is another one where I built it just around trying to get to, a weak team to 500,000 damage.
Oh, it's not so far, 450.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's what any team that I don't have that gets to that can't get to 500,000. That's all I try to do is I try to work each one up to the point where they can do 500,000 without weakening any of the other teams too much.
I understand. Yes, it's good strategy. Oof.
This
Why?
team can. This one's kind of RNG based because Soul Hunter can sometimes die very early, but then
Yes.
sometimes
The problem
she won't take a certain hit.
the problem
can
is
survive
that
till
he's
the
in
end.
front line. I don't know for which reason he's in front line.
As the boss gets moved, if the boss gets moved back, then he won't be the frontmost hero anymore. So that's what you're hoping for.
Yes,
But yeah,
he's
see,
dead
since the boss didn't get pushed back, Soul Hunter stayed the front target. This team can do 500 to 600,000.
Yes,
Depending on-
now I push for sure. Now that Soul Hunter is dead, I'm beginning to push.
Yeah, now it doesn't matter. But hey, you know, they did their job. Yeah, and you'll still get 500. It looks like.
Yes, I think. Not far if I don't reach. No, I think I will reach.
You got it. Go!
He will do it. He will do it. Yes, he did it. 505, I think.
That's fine.
Yes, 503. Okay, repartition of damage and next fight. Oh la la.
Let's see what your blade can do. Oh, by the way, that's another thing actually. The Mountain's ult can actually interrupt the Sky Guardian's ult. So like usually I would save Mountain's ult until when I know Sky Guardian's about to.
Understand.
And as she starts flying up, if you use his ult, it'll actually stop her and stun her. There's actually a few other heroes that can do that, but normally once she starts ulting, you can't disrupt her. But Mountain is one of them that can actually interrupt her, and then also Soul Hunter. Soul Hunter's ult can also disrupt Sky
That's
Guardian.
good to know because I didn't know this, for example. Oof.
So that there's a couple more too that are slipping my mind right now, but I'll definitely let you know. I know there are certain heroes that can also do it, but it's not their ultimate skill that does it. It's one of their normal skills, so it's more based on lucky timing.
Okay, so you mean when she begins to jump with Soul Hunter or with Mountain Giant, you can interrupt her jump, yes?
Yeah. As she starts, but see, the thing is, there will be a point when it's too late because then you won't be able to use the ult anymore because she won't be a target anymore. But there's a short period of time right as she starts ulting that you can still do it, and it'll interrupt it.
Oh, I see.
This team it can get usually 900,000 to 1 million, or over 1 million actually. I know
with this team.
Yeah, with this team, 900,000 to 1 million, and well, more than 1 million actually. I've seen some people do like 1.2 million.
Oh, we'll see.
Now, you want to. Well, I told you too late, but yeah, you want to wait to use Frost.
Yes, I was waiting the end of Voidmaster Ultimate to do it, to have the follow.
The way I do it is I'll wait to use Frost Dragon's ult right after Frost Dragon shoots out his ice skill. That one, that skill.
I understand.
Because that'll force the freeze to come, his next freeze to come quickly.
Yes. But anyway, it's good that you give the explanation because if people want to try to do something proper, it will be possible by their side.
But yeah, this run's going great for you. It looks like you're already over 1 million.
Yes, I'm over 1 million, and I will have the ultimate of yes, nearly 101. That's
real good. I've only ever been able to get the 1.1.
523,000 for Sky Guardian, and my Sky Guardian is not full trained. She's half trained, I think, actually.
Oh wow, yeah. Yeah, that one went really well.
So this one we can be lucky. If we have a lot of transformation with Imperial Executioner, it can be good.
Another thing is that you want to be careful with is when you're using Imperial Executioner ult, because it's such a high amount of damage.
Yes, and it's full energy.
What you want to, but the thing is, the health bar at the top, the boss's health bar, if it's near the end, like it's close to being 100,000. If you use Imperial Executioner ult, and let's say Imperial Executioner ult does 80,000, it won't do the full 80,000 because it'll just finish that health bar, and then it'll start the new one.
Yes.
I don't know if you understand. Oh, and
yes, I understand totally.
Yeah, that's another thing you want to avoid too, is using Forest Trumper ult, because it just wastes time.
I did it specially because the timing of my Cross Knight was bad and he could die. Not Cross Knight, sorry, Ghost Knight.
Yeah.
So to make him survive, I did it, and finally it was not a bad strategy. Oof.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
It's not bad. Finally, 600,000 with this team. I'm pretty happy.
Yeah, this one can do 700 to 800,000 depending on if you time all the ultimates.
Yes,
right?
but look, my and the problem, my Queen of Curse is orange too.
Yeah, I noticed that.
So my Forest Chomper is red with 4-star. My Mystic is orange too. So finally, do nearly 600 with this team. It's not a bad result. Nearly 600.
Yeah, but that team's all Imperial Executioner damage, really.
So we will see this one, what she's able to do.
Yeah, this is another meh team.
Yes, but for me, I have a Machinist with Red 2 with full train, so I think he will be able to do some damage.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely better than I can do.
Yes,
and
this is good.
To be honest, if I had my machinist full trained, I'd probably have him in a different team too. But yeah, see, it's all around my heroes, for the teams I built. So what I have geared.
Yes, but you see, finally we are already at 400.
Good,
my tank are still alive, even if Iron Hoof will die soon.
Yeah, but for you having him max trained and all that, I'd actually probably have him in the team with.
I have one bug. I have one bug. Ah! No, it's okay. I couldn't come back on blue stack.
I was wondering why I lost video there for a second. Oh yeah, you did great. 600. Wow.
600. I told you it's really not ridiculous for this team.
Yeah, that machinist can really do some damage.
So, wait, I have perhaps one problem. No, it's okay. For the moment, it's okay. And next one, I want just see the statistic. You see? Nearly 400,000 damage for a Machinist.
Yeah, if I had him like that, I'd probably have him in the same team with Ghost Musician, though. But yeah.
Yes, to try to have the good moment to trigger with Ghost Musician.
Exactly,
oh
yeah,
no,
with him
I'm not lucky.
Mechanic.
For what she turned?
This team's just for Halberd Master to carry. Halberd Master just carries the whole team, that's it. You can get 500 to 600,000 depending on how it works out.
Yes, depending of... Oh, Albert Master is behind, and it's other hero who are receiving damage.
Yeah.
It's absolutely not logical.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. All those other heroes, for me, are just... They can't do much, so... Like I said, this team is only built around Halberd Master being able to carry the whole team in damage.
Yes, but he should receive damage and others should deal something. My other heroes didn't do nothing at all. I don't know why. Look, he was alone.
Yeah.
Okay, next one. Next one, we have still 24, 4, 5, 6, 7, 4 team.
And this one you should be able to get disease.
I'm afraid that he will die.
Disease bringer, or what's his name?
Disease bringer, yes, but Disease bringer should have time to do his ultimate.
You should be able to do his ult right before Sky Guardian does her ult, and it'll take the for.
We are lucky. No, we are not lucky.
Yeah. Before that.
And the ultimate are not working.
Oh, that RNG based. It's still at this point, and
my poor disease bringer who is full trained, but it will not help.
Well, he's keeping it going. Yeah, see, mine would have been dead right there.
You shall not pass. 400. Okay. Not horrible. Not good, but not horrible.
That's not bad for how early Steel Champion died, because he's the one that puts on the most damage on that one.
Statistic of the fight. Okay. 70,000 for this bringer.
Yeah. The beast.
Yes. Machine.
And this team, most of the damage comes out of Chemist and Spider Queen. Maybe not so much from your Spider Queen, but also the whole reason that Lightbringer is with Psychic Sword is you hope for the possibility the Psychic Sword will pull the boss, and then she'll kill Lightbringer, and his Explode will pop on her.
Go, Spider Queen, go!
And it'll add a nice chunk of damage. Not to mention his reflect damage if he takes damage and survives.
Oh no, it was not a good idea. I'm happy that she missed.
Yeah, but I usually for Psychic Sword, I hope for the switch so that Lightbringer gets to explode on the boss. That's how you get a nice chunk more damage.
Ah, I understand.
Otherwise, he's not gonna. He'll be the last one to die if the swap doesn't work.
I swap. He will die.
There you go. Yeah. See, now you'll get a little extra chunk of damage, as long as she kills him before it's over.
Oh no. Yes, no, no, yes.
Yes. There you go.
600 nearly.
Yeah. So that's best case scenario. You actually want the swap to work so that she'll kill Lightbringer before she kills the rest of the team.
And I think if Spider Queen is better trained, better geared, you can have better result, because my Spider Queen is 0. It's just orange 2, full skilled, and that's all. Yeah,
Spider Queen actually does do a nice amount of damage.
She can tank a lot.
Mine's red 1, I believe, and she actually keeps up with Chemist pretty well.
Yeah.
And this team works really well, even though it may not look like it. Most of the damage is going to be put on the dragons that are spawning in the back.
I have Dub King.
And
it will be good.
Go wild.
With Dub King, it's an easy win.
And you can do one of the Skeleton Mage ults right away. The first one that comes, you can do it right away. But then the next one that comes up, you save it. You want to save it until the end of the fight. Because you want to wait for her to possibly get a few of your heroes to get killed, and then you'll have those gravestones for him to do extra damage.
I understand.
This one, usually I can get 700 to 800,000, but I know it can definitely be higher. I think I've seen people that use the setup and they get 900,000, close to 1 million.
Oh.
And then, also, Avenger will end up either dying or...
Oof! What's happened?
There you go.
Oh, but I have a lot of...
did you
it's pity, yes, I understand my mistakes also.
a major ult early?
Yes, I could do 60,000 more. 60,000, yes. 738. Yeah. Not bad.
Yes, alright.
And last one. Last one.
This one's just this one's always been my favorite, or my favorite. It works great. There's not much to really say. Everybody just uses their ults on cooldown and they'll do pretty good.
Yes, but my Holy Priest has to survive.
Yeah, and see, that's where the Monster Hunter comes in with his Yin Yang skill.
Yes, if you're lucky.
With the physical buff or the physical buff or the magic buff, but he gets to do it enough that sooner or later it's going to help you.
Whew.
Yeah. Basically, just put it on auto fight. Just let it finish off.
I have to tell you that
that
I did actually my record because I never beat 16 million. I didn't played much in Boss War, it's true, and with crazy bad knowledge of these teams, I did more than 16 million, so I'm pretty happy. 800 for this team.
Yep, yeah, that's definitely certain teams that could have pulled off more, but that's a good result.
Yes.
Yeah, I've actually just barely got to the point where I passed 17 million.
I think really, if I'm not playing so bad these teams, I can do, and if I'm, for example, trying hard some teams when I have a bad result, I try to restart and something else, I think you can reach 18 million without problem with this setup. Because
a lot of people actually use my teams, and yeah, you'll see just depending on gear.
Yes.
And a lot of people are already getting 18, 19 million.
Yes, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised.
Our guild is 19, 20, I think.
19, I don't think with my level of gear, but 18, I think it's possible to reach with my level of gear that I have actually. So, I think these teams are really good. I want to thank you a lot, Dube, because I hope that it will help a lot of players to reach a good score in this second episode of Boss War. And you have to know that on the test server, it's already a third Boss War against Divine Knight. So I didn't try it so hard for the moment, but be sure that I will come back, or we will come back to introduce the third Boss War. Thank you, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you everybody for watching this video. Don't hesitate to subscribe, like and share to support my work if you enjoy it. See you soon for another video. Bye bye.